Alright, now we're going live. Alright, this is live. This is the stream. We're going to throw back on some Sid Meier's Civilization 5, Gods and Kings, because I never bothered to pick up a Brave New World. I was busy playing something else.
Yeah, yep. We're on Kev's Kingdom.
Kev's Kingdom, Tactical Gimmicks.
Tactical Gimmicks.
I've got my buddy. I got my buddy Jack here. Jack doesn't play.
I am not of the PC Master Race people.
He doesn't play. Did you play any like Red Alert games when we were younger on computer?
Maybe once
Anything
at like
or
a cousin's house, but
Age of Empires?
outside of that, I haven't gotten over it. You know, I've always been, as far as my strategy goes, I've always been like the Risk board game type person.
Which is fantastic.
And it's unfortunate, Kev, because if this goes like last time we played, I'll end up sweeping her PC across the floor. Because it's only fun if I'm still winning.
It's only fun if Jack's
So that's
the last time we got a group of guys together. We played Risk. Jack flipped the board when he got eliminated.
Yep. You got to nail it down next time.
Yeah. So this is Civ 5. This is one of the best strategy games. More people still play this game than Civ 6. I was telling about. We just went for a walk. Which my dick is freezing. I didn't realize my fly was open while we were walking. And now my balls are cold, and I couldn't figure out why until I pissed. I was rubbing it too. Yeah.
Nerves. You don't feel anything down there anymore. Too much couch fucking for Kevin.
Too much couch fucking. I pushed out too many fucking babies.
You didn't do that.
I didn't do that. Not yet. No, I'm not on sterilization level yet. So anywho, there's a shitload of like civilizations cultures that are in this game. Jack has no idea what's going on.
Alright.
But basically we're gonna
Run Al Rashid.
Rahan Al Rashid. I've never played
I don't trust him.
This is probably a good strategy to go with. Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon. He gets a bunch of science bonuses. I think he gets better archer. And I don't know what the Great Walls of Babylon do. I don't remember. That's like a special building.
Keep out the Palestinians.
Keep out the Palestinians. Fuck. China's always good with the art of war. The Netherlands I always wanted to play as, but I never did. They get more happiness. The Egyptians.
Wait, what does Washington get you?
Dude, Washington gets a lot of late game stuff.
Manifest Destiny.
Yeah, buddy. White people take over
I like
the world.
I like having God on my side.
Yeah, so his military units can see farther. When you're expanding your territory in the game, you'll see there's tiles, and you can you expand into the tiles as your cities get bigger, and it does it automatically. But if you want to expand quicker, you can buy tiles. You can spend money, so it's half the cost to expand territorially by paying for it. But then in the very late game, he gets a better musket unit, and he gets the fucking B-17 bombers that we won World War II with. Fuck the Soviet Union. America won World War I and World War II. It wasn't anybody else. So Washington's... if we were going to be doing like a start to finish playthrough, that might be a good option.
Ooh, what about Japan?
Japan, their units always fight at full strength, even when they've taken damage, which is the Bushido or whatever. They get samurai instead of knights, and then they get zeros instead of fighter jets in the late game.
What are zeros?
Those are the suicide from World War II, the fucking kamikaze planes.
Okay.
Except, I think they used them as fighter jets. They used them as fighter planes, and they used them for the kamikaze planes. They use them both ways. So you don't get to kamikaze in this game, because that probably wouldn't be politically correct.
Wait, what now?
You don't get to kamikaze with the zeros.
Oh.
It takes away from... It's probably like culturally offensive or something like that. Vikings I never played a game with. That could be fun. Their units don't take a penalty when they're moving through water. Their units don't take a movement penalty. I don't want to play.
Ethiopia has a really lame one.
Spirit of Odd. What? They're actually supposed to be really strong.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's like it's only if you're an underdog.
So they deal, yeah. So they deal 20%.
You can't really dominate. You can just prevent.
Yeah. So they deal 20%.
That's
20% extra damage when they're fighting somebody bigger than them, and they get a better. I think that's a rifleman, like a World War I era rifleman, and then they get some type of building. I have no idea what that building does. Genghis Khan could be fun. Raping and pillaging.
Yeah. Alright, wait, why does Gandhi have one?
Dude, okay,
he doesn't fight. He's
Gandhi,
the anti-fighter.
So Gandhi, actually, I was hoping that you would notice that he's on there. In Civilization 3, when they wrote the code for Civ, it was either Civ 2 or Civ 3, they completely rewrote the code for the game, and they set his aggression trait to 0. And when they set the aggression rate to 0, they didn't realize that, I think they switched it just before launch. He had an aggression rate of 1, and then they moved it to 0, or he had like an aggression rate of 10 out of 100. When they moved it to 0, the binary code didn't understand a value of 0, and it made him infinitely aggressive. So Gandhi goes, and they've kept it in the game because it's like an Easter egg for like Civ players. Is Gandhi is hyper aggressive, and he's a super hard conqueror, and like he'll build nukes and nuke your ass and send armies after you. Like he's hyper aggressive. When the AI gets Gandhi, he's hyper aggressive. He is not a pacifist. He will fucking declare war on you and go after you. I played a shitload of campaigns as England. Scrolling up, the Celts are fun, but they're like all faith based. And faith play is boring. The Germans are cool. Rome is cool. I think either Rome or the Huns will probably be just for the sake of filming this in one night and how far we'll get the most fun with those, because ballistas and legions.
I'd like to do the Huns.
The Huns, yeah. So I've never played the Huns, but they get horse archers and battering rams, and when they raise cities, they can raise cities at double speed. I don't know why you would want to necessarily raise some cities, but they don't get their own city names. They start with the technology that lets you recruit cavalry, and they get +1 production from pastures, which is like something that you build while you're doing the game. And the battering rams just let you take cities quicker, because you like build cities, you settle cities, you build cities. And I know horse archers have got to be OP, because I played, I think it's not the Huns, it's Scythia, which the Huns were of the same group of peoples as Scythia, but
there's so much cloud coverage in the game.
We have to explore, man, and I gotta turn on resource icons, and let's get yield icons on. Yes, I know how to. Don't remind me. Don't give me tips. I already know how to play this game. It's been a while. But we got to turn off these in-game tips. New to Civ, no advice, except we don't care about advice. So this, I just suppose this is as good a place as any to drop. We've got some cotton and we've got some gems. And these are luxury resources. There's luxury and there's strategic resources spread throughout the game. And there's also ruins. So ruins give you technology. Luxury resources give you happiness. And they work like, so we have 2 gems here. So when we inevitably, and there's the hex script to see kind of how we're moving through the map and how things are going to affect us. But as we expand, so once we get 1 gems, that'll give us +4 happiness. And then we don't get any additional happiness for the second gem. I know they did that.
Happiness is overrated.
Yeah, it is overrated. But we'll get something. What do we want? We gotta build this. This is sort of a slow start, but we gotta build either a worker. Let's get a scout. Actually, we're gonna go. No, we're gonna go for the scout. Go away. Back.
Whenever I hear scout, like, I know it was someone who went and like checked out territory and stuff, but I just imagine it's like the dorky Boy Scout dressed up character, you know, like with the handkerchief hanging from the bag,
and
like,
the fucking the hobo bag with the stick.
Yeah. Were you ever a scout?
No, dude, no. I went to like one scout thing, and I don't remember why I ever or why I didn't go back. Yeah, I couldn't commit. I think. Oh no, I got dragged to an Awanas club. which was like the Christian Boy Scout knockoff that.
I thought Boy Scouts already was Christian. Like, I thought it wasn't.
No, they're not. They're funded by the government.
No.
I'm pretty sure they're funded by the government. How do we get our horse archers? So if we rush for the wheel, we'll get horse archers. Yeah, we're gonna go on the warpath. We're not gonna worry about building wonders or anything.
We're Huns, dude. We don't give a shit about anything.
We want to unlock those horse archers.
We are a rape and pillage kind of group.
Which, if you watch my Crusader Kings 2 videos, you can actually rape the Crusader Kings too. So you should
they have that feature?
They did. It's not like you can't rape. So what you can do is, if you're like the Vikings, you can take prisoners, and if somebody's your prisoner, you can force them to become your concubine. And then once they're your concubine, then like you can have, the game will decide. Maybe you don't have sex with them, maybe you do. But if you do have sex with a concubine, then you can produce legitimate children in Crusader Kings. So you can effectively stick to the old Viking saying of the Vikings didn't bring back the ugly ones and produce beautiful children. So every turn we produce culture and we produce faith once we get a faith building. And if people are happy, depending on how happy they are, we also get progress towards a golden age. And we build gold, and we make research.
I'd say the one we don't adopt is liberty.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Because honor and tradition. I'm not a fan of tradition, but it does keep people in line.
Yeah, honor is all war.
Yeah.
So we should probably do that.
Honor. Do you get to pick one?
Yeah, so we get to pick one. So what you do is you pick a tree. So we can, after adopting the honor tree, we can, so these are piety, patronage, order, autocracy, freedom. These are all locked. And I believe you can freedom, autocracy, and order. You can't have all three of them. You have to pick one, and then you're stuck with it. Liberty, tradition, and honor. You can get all three of those. So like as you work your way through this little tech tree here, we can go back and get liberty. We can't go back and get tradition.
Well, we don't want liberty.
We don't want liberty. No. The liberty's actually
overrated.
It helps you. Liberty and tradition, yeah, it is overrated. They both help you expand. Piety's obviously for faith. Commerce, patronage is for getting more culture. But I don't think that
There's one for a bitch and good time.
A bitch and good time is probably honor. So we'll stick with that. I don't think you can have piety and rationalism at the same time. I don't think they let you be religious and smart. You have to pick one or the other.
Zing. Way to go. Who produced this game?
Sid Meier, Firaxis and Sid Meier's. So all we're doing here is we're kind of exploring around our base. That scout that we picked was going to take 10 turns to make him. So we're 3 turns out from our scout. And we just kind of want to see what's going on around us, see if we can find any other factions.
Can we just steal all of our food?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to
I don't want us to grow anything.
We don't have to worry about...
I want us to prey on the weaklings.
We do have to build farms, or otherwise our cities won't grow past the point. Like if we go in... Yeah, so right now we're consuming 2 food. Or we're producing 4 food, but we're consuming 2. Because our city has a population of 1. I don't know how it's doing that math.
And our people are gluten-free.
They probably are. I mean, if we're
they're probably straight up paleo.
Yeah, so you might have noticed that our warriors here can only move 1 tile at a time if it's through forest or up onto a hill or across the river, but they can move 2 tiles at a time if the first tile or both tiles are grassland. The scout doesn't give a shit. He's gonna move. We're gonna build a monument. No, we're gonna build warriors. Wait, do we have? I forgot. I think warriors cost money. Yeah, they do. But we have enough. We have enough money. We have enough money to support another warrior. But scouts ignore terrain. They don't care. And we wanted to get that scout out early because that ruin that we found there gave us like culture, which let us adopt that policy earlier than you normally would be able to. So we want to just kind of rush around, see where other people are, so we can start planning who we're going to go and attack.
Good.
So there's another ruins. We'll go up there. Pearls. God, it feels good playing this game again. And it feels good having you here, Jack.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh, we got 50 gold. That's probably, even though like gold is good and money is good, getting gold from, there's horses, so we need to get horses. So we want to get,
Yes.
oh, and there's some horses there, because we won't be able to recruit our horse.
So
Actually,
are we gonna steal them?
No, we got to settle a city next to them and build a pasture on them. So we have some horses over to the right, some horses to the left. It looks like that's 4 horses, which means if we can get a pasture on this tile, we'll be able to recruit 4 horse archers. This is only 2, so fuck that. So we can drop a city up here. That'll be really beneficial for us. And I think if we can get it right across, if we can get it on the coast, that'll also be beneficial.
Did we find the wheel?
Not yet. We are 20 turns away from discovering how to make wheels and water mills and building roads, which we totally don't need roads because we only have 1 fucking city right now, so we don't have anywhere to build a road to, unless we can find some people. So we found a barbarian encampment somewhere.
Oh, we should kill
Oh, it's right in the middle. Yeah, we're gonna kill it.
them.
We're gonna pick up. Oh, we met Ethiopia. Let's discuss. We could denounce him. We're gonna tell him not to settle.
Wait. This is a team decision. Don't be friends.
Don't be friends. So be it. I will not settle near your lands. I already told him not to settle near our shit. Or maybe I should have told him to settle.
Dude, does his rules still apply from like what he got? You know, like when you can pick them and they give you their specs.
Yeah. He's still got those bonuses.
We might want to make enemies with him now. While we have a small amount
Well,
of
we have
cities,
1,
so
so he doesn't have the bonus. Yeah, well, and he'll probably settle a city before us.
I think we should publicly denounce him.
I
think we should make a big scene.
we haven't met anybody else yet, so all we've done is piss him off.
Good.
Good. Oh, that was, so on this ruins, we arguably got the other worst. One that you can get is a crudely drawn map that shows the surrounding area, which there is 2. It looks like there's 2 more of those ruins down here. There's some. Oh, those aren't barbarians. Those are Ethiopian warriors. Same difference, really. So Lhasa, where's Lhasa? What country is Lhasa in?
I have no idea.
No clue.
I've never been to Lhasa or heard of Lhasa.
I don't know. So barbarians spawn in no man's land. They just do, and they're a thorn in your side. And you have to go and kill them throughout the whole entire game. They'll spawn until there's no nook and cranny left where a barbarian could spawn in no man's land. Then they'll go away, but that rarely ever happens. So, and they'll come and try to take your shit. So we want to be better barbarians. So we're gonna go and attack them.
Do you ever get OCD and like want that little bit of cloud coverage to just disappear?
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're circling out.
All right.
Lhasa is a city-state. You meet city-states over the course of the game. You can invade them and take them over, or you can try to like diplomatically become friends with them, and you get some unique bonuses for becoming friends with them. For the purposes of the Huns, we'll probably just invade them, because I think that's more historically accurate. So we're going to move our scout and our warriors down to try to pick up this ancient ruins and knock down that barbarian camp. And the barbarians do get like a defensive bonus. 30 more culture. These have been like shit draws out of.
So like, what separates us from the barbarians?
We just have a formal faction.
Okay,
They don't have cities
we
or
still
anything.
haven't even figured out the fucking wheel in this game.
Yeah, we don't even have. We don't have.
And we're calling someone else barbarians.
We have the balls. So we did. Oh, damn it! I'm an idiot. This shows how long I've played this game. I attacked with our scout first. So you'll see that your units have health bars, and they get experience. They level up. So they have health bars, and the amount of damage that you deal is directly. So like if we can deal 8 damage at 100% health, now we're down to 76. So we're probably only dealing 6 damage right now. If we attack again, we'll only deal 6 damage. The same applies for the scout, but the scout's only got 5 strength. So if we had hit with our warriors first, and it measures your strength against your target's strength, like there's a kind of a formula. So if we had attacked with our warriors first, and then followed up with the scout would have taken less damage and done more damage. But I think, we're not going to get it on this turn. We will get it on the next turn. And we do get some gold for taking their settlement. Yeah. And when your units level up, they get stronger and you can pick traits for them, which is always nice.
Oh, is he?
Hostile, my apologies, I get mixed up. Oh, he just said he gets us mixed up with the barbarians. He's just threatening. He's just talking shit right now. He didn't declare war or anything. He's just talking shit.
We'll pay for this one.
You'll pay for this in time. Yeah, we'll throw some shade back at him.
Fuck that.
He might turn his little
He's
unit.
butthurt.
Yeah, he is butthurt. He might turn his little unit of warriors around on us. So our scout leveled up. We can either heal him, which is a waste. Yeah. Or we can get him plus 25% defense, and he heals over time, which is kind of cool. Or we can get him plus 1 visibility. We're gonna go for the visibility first, and then we'll get the heal one on his next level up, and we'll make our warrior better at fighting in rough terrain like hills and jungles and forests. Yeah. So they'll be stronger. Oh shit, we might lose our warrior. No, we won't. We'll be fine. Because so those barbarian settlements spawn units over time, and then those units will go and attack stuff. So we're gonna swing. Where do we want to send our scout? We're gonna send our scout up near Ethiopia before we go to war with them, just so we can get into their territory. Because if we're not, so your border's spread out, right? Your border's spread out, and before you get to a certain point in the game,
are the light hexagons your territory, or
yeah?
Tell us what's ours.
This red border with the white inside is us. That's our territory.
We own any of that hilly land in between?
We're expanding slowly, and then when we build more cities, we'll expand. So, if we can find over here where Ethiopia is, we should be able to. See, oh, those pricks. They're going to take this ancient ruins. Oh, well. And we adopted a policy. 15% when we have 2 units together, or... Oh, nice.
Wait.
So 15% production towards military units, and we get a general. We didn't have a general? No, now we have a general.
Again, we don't have a fucking wheel. We don't have a general. What are we?
And now it's given us El Cid because it picks a random historical figure. So we've got El Cid to lead our armies. I don't know the best way for him to get up here. So all the general does is you can sacrifice him to build a fort on a tile, but then you lose him, or he gives a damage bonus to units that are around him, and I don't remember exactly what that bonus is, or how good the bonus is, I should say. Oh, maybe the Ethiopians didn't get, maybe they did, I don't know. So there's another barbarian camp.
How does time progress on this thing?
Just turn-based. So now he's denouncing us. Ethiopia. That's fine.
Why does this guy keep hitting us up?
Because we hit him up, dude. We told him to. we told him off from the get-go.
Why is he being bitchy about it?
Why is he being? He can't take banter. We're gonna lose our scout on this turn too. That's disappointing. So we'll get our general and our warrior onto the same tile. Because the general can stand on top of a warrior. If the enemy catches a general on its own, it's a one-hit kill. So you gotta protect those. And with...
This general better be good.
He is.
I'm kind of feeling the sacrifice him to the fort god.
Well, that helps if we're under attack, but we're so early on that we're not under attack. So we could go for archers, we could go for a monument, we could go for a settler. We could also go, workers 27 turns. That's painful.
for archers?
Archers are pretty good to have. I think if we can get enough units and we can find Ethiopia and they're close enough, if they haven't built units, and I think this barbarian's going to kill our scout here. Shit, that was a waste of 10 turns of production. Unless he lived. He lived! Yes! There's no fucking way.
Wait, how did he live that?
With next to no health. He walked out with 5 hit points.
Out of 100?
Out of 100. Probably because he was in a jungle, and a jungle is like, is that a hill jungle? No, it's just regular jungle. So, like, a forest or a hill gives, like, cuts the amount of damage that you take, let's just say by half. I don't know how much it actually is. So, a jungle is like a forest times 2, and then a forest on a hill is like a times 2, and then if you had a jungle on a hill, that's like a +4 for defense towards your respective strength.
Okay.
So for being in a jungle, his strength was really weighted at, let's say, a 7 instead of a 5, where the barbarians are weighted at an 8, so it wasn't too bad of an exchange. And I thought he was going to die, but he didn't. And our warrior will kill this barbarian.
Good.
With the general behind him. He can't move. So we'll have the general just stick on top of him. And I think we'll have this warrior move up to just kind of mirror Ethiopia. If we want to just kind of be...
Ethiopia?
Yeah, that's Ethiopia's
Can we
warrior.
just, like, beat him?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking we're going to do.
I think we should just slaughter this dude, like...
I think we should kill his, like, advanced scout warrior group, which he's fleeing this way. It'll be hard to chase him down through these woods.
Are we going to be able to break him on the wheel?
Yeah, I mean, once we get these horse
Do you know what
archers...
breaking on the wheel is?
Yeah, where you, like, tie him up and then you torture him.
And then bash him with a hammer or a wheel. Did you hear about braiding, which is what they did afterwards?
No.
They would take their crushed limbs and braid them around a plank of wood or whatever,
That's fucked
and
up.
hoist them up in the air. Sometimes they weren't even dead.
You know what the blood eagle is, right?
No.
That's where they would, well, you're still alive, like kind of like they'd put you in like a crucifixion stance, like tie you to like a cross, basically. This is what the Vikings did. This was how the Vikings like honor executed
Was it the
somebody.
axe? Like the St. Andrew's cross?
No. So what they would do is they'd tie you on the front. So they'd tie you with your front facing to the cross. I don't know why I'm acting this out while we're recording. But they would tie you to the front of the cross, and then they would cut down from your shoulder blades down the person's back, and then pull their lungs out of their, break all of the ribs, break through the ribs, and then pull their lungs out of the back of their back and put them up over their shoulders like wings, and they called it the blood eagle.
Damn.
While they were still alive.
Damn.
Yeah. That's like...
That's pretty brutal.
There's a really, really gruesome scene in the Vikings TV show where they do that. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Your units do heal quicker in friendly territory, which is why I elected to move our wounded warrior back. We're going to have the wheel before we get this archer out. So is there anything we can make... And because the horse archers are arguably, we're gonna need. I think we're gonna need.
When are we gonna start making cheap plastics?
I don't think.
When do we acquire that skill?
I don't think the Huns did that. Many turns down the road. Oh, when you said tracking time up here in the right hand corner, every turn is.
Have you ever made it to 2018?
Yeah. I think it ends in 2050 is where the game goes. It runs through.
Okay.
It's 2050. So like right now, every turn is being weighted at like 100 years or something like that. We're at 3275 BC. But as you get closer to modern day times, it slows down and you eventually get to the point where every year is a turn. And once you get towards like really modern times, we might...
Ethiopia, we gotta take him.
Dude, I think we're gonna be able to, because I'm pretty sure what's gonna happen is he's gonna move in between our two warrior units, and then we'll just drop him.
Classic
he just
pincer move.
Yeah, he just walked himself into a pincer. So can we just say to attack?
Can we break this guy on the wheel?
Yeah, we can declare war. You are an uncivilized brute.
Your carpeting's tacky. Sassy with Ethiopia.
I don't know why he has like a fucking throne. That's not even a throne. That's like something you find at Goodwill, and then sew some tassels on it.
What's that stain?
So he's actually in range of our city too. So our city's here shooting some stuff at him. Our general's just hanging out. Attacking over a river into a forest is less than ideal, but we are actually going to kill him because now he's going to have 1 health. Because it's a warrior unit, he only has 3 tiles that he can move to. He has 4 tiles that he can move to.
Can we just pursue him?
Yeah, and he's not going to be able to get out of range, so he might get. Oh no, we did kill him.
So Ethiopia's out of the picture?
No, there's just their unit is. So now we're at war with them. So now we need to find where they are and go invade their shit and take their city. Because they have a city too. They have a city. They get a city just like we started with. So we should probably find...
I don't know how word got to them.
Of what?
Of us slaughtering their unit. I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere, and they know all of a sudden. Like,
it's 3,200.
Did someone send off a final pigeon before they got stabbed? Or?
It's 3,200 BC too, so it's not like they sent a text message.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why I have that still up. There we go. I guess our general can move again. Move. Alright, so we're going to get both of our units together here. Get them healed up. And then we'll have this archer out in a couple turns. And our scout should almost be fully healed. There we go. So we do need to get the horses to get the horse archers. I thought that was going to happen. So we got to get out a set.
Yeah, do we have horses yet?
Oh no, it is going to let us get the horse archer. So we don't have any horses. But so
there's horse emblems like all over the place.
Yeah, so we have to get those into our territory. And at this point in the game, the best way to do that is to recruit a settler, which is going to take a whopping 27 turns. Because for some reason I did epic speed. It's going to take a whopping 27 turns, and then we can go and plant a city next to a pasture and get... Oh, there's double horses right there. You're right. But both of those only weighted 2, where this guy's weighted 4 for 1 tile. And not only that, but we have to get there, and then we have to build a goddamn pasture on that tile.
Kev, are you able to pause recording and then resume?
Sort of, yeah.
Let's pause so we can have a break for our sponsors.
Have a break for our sponsors. Or not existent. Well, we are 33 minutes in, and I was planning on cutting it. 35 minutes seems to be my so we'll take a break right here, and we'll be right back.